Welcome back to another video, and today we got our Week 13 NFL game predictions. Now, I'm going to start this off by saying this was pre-recorded. I am out of town right now when you guys are seeing this, so I actually recorded this on Wednesday, November 20th, so a week before this video. So if there's any injuries or something, just keep that in mind. This was about a week and a half from when these games are actually going to be played, so there's no spread on any of these games. It's all just who I think is going to win based off what I know right now. Real quick though, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. We just uploaded our college basketball videos, which we do every Monday, college football every Tuesday, NFL of course every Wednesday, typically NBA Thursdays. But what we do for NBA can't really pre-record that, so we haven't done an NBA video in a little bit. But those are typically every Thursday, and then MLB content when that season is up and running. So make sure you subscribe to that, to the channel if any of that interests you, and just like the video if you enjoy, turn on the noties. But with all that being said, there's going to be no standings like we typically show. We typically show how each person is doing. We're also not going to have any picks for anyone but me, so it's going to look a little empty. But it is, fun this week. We got 3 Thanksgiving games, a Black Friday game, which you don't usually see. So there's going to be a lot of primetime games this week. And every team, actually, there's no team on bye this week. Kicking it off, though, the Bears and Lions. The Lions always play on Thanksgiving, so the Bears will have to go into Detroit to play what's looking like arguably the best team in football right now. Um, I think, the Bears usually do play the Lions good. Um, I, I'd want to see if how the Bears play against the Vikings. Unfortunately, I can't, but I do think I did actually predict the Bears to beat the Vikings last week. And obviously I don't know if that happened, but I do think the Lions will win. I mean, they're just an absolute freight train right now. I mean, nobody's stopping them. The offense just looks unbeatable. Dan Campbell's got them at 9-1, likely going to be 10-1 when you guys are seeing this. I think the Lions get the win here Thanksgiving. I know the Bears always play them good. Maybe it's a close game, but I think the Lions should beat the Bears here. They just look unstoppable, like I said. The Giants versus Cowboys. I mean, I don't really know. The Giants just benched Daniel Jones. I'm not sure if he'll be playing in this game. I would assume, based off what I know right now, it would be Tommy DeVito. And the Cowboys have Cooper Rush. Just an absolute atrocity of a game. I mean, this is a horrible Thanksgiving game. I know the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving, but these are just 2 terrible teams. I'll go ahead and take the Cowboys. They're the home team. I still think they have the better talent. They have the better overall roster, but I don't really, neither of these teams are very appealing. I guess I'll take the home team here. I don't know. This just kind of a throwaway of a game. The Dolphins versus the Packers. This is a very important game for both these teams because obviously what happened in the Packers-Niners game last week. I think that's a huge game. The Dolphins are going to need some wins here to get back into the playoff race. I think they'll win, or at least I think they won last week based on my prediction. Obviously, I'm going to be wrong sometimes. With this game, it's in Lambeau, a night game. I will go with the Packers, but I could see this one going either way. I'll trust their record, their home field advantage in prime time. I think they are I think these 2 teams are pretty close at full strength. I think the Packers are maybe a little bit better, just defensively and all around, but it could go either way. I'm gonna trust though the Packers and what I believe to be the better team here, and it's gonna be in Lambeau. We know how the Dolphins play in the cold, so I'll take the Packers at home here. The Black Friday game. Unfortunately, it's not a very good one. The Raiders go into Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. The Raiders just look like an absolute, dumpster fire. The only thing really, exciting to watch is Brock Bowers, who is very good. But on the road against the Chiefs, go ahead and give me Mahomes and all them. Pacheco might be back in this game. I'm not sure. With or without him, I'll take Kansas City. First Sunday game of the slate, the Chargers go to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, and this is a game where I'm actually very intrigued. Both these teams are both these teams are looking like playoff teams at this point. So these are 2, high quality teams. I'm going to go ahead and side with the home team. I feel like I've not given the Chargers as much respect as they maybe deserve because As of right now, they are 7-3. We'll see how they played against the Ravens Monday night. They could be, 8-3. They could be 7-4. Either way, I'll take the Falcons at home. I like this team a lot. I've been very high on the Falcons ever since the offseason. I just think Kirk Cousins, Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Darnell Mooney. I mean, there's a whole lot of talent offensively. Same thing defensively. Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons, Matthew Judon, AJ Terrell. I mean, it's a pretty good roster top to bottom. So I'll take the Falcons at home, but this one could go either way. But I'm gonna trust the Falcons to win this one. The Steelers versus Bengals, pretty big AFC North game. The Steelers at 8-2 right now, and they play the Browns Thursday night, so there's a good chance they are 9-2 going into this game. The Bengals needing wins desperately. I mean, people are saying Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are being wasted on the Bengals right now, and I'd probably agree. If Joe Burrow was on a better team, he'd probably be the MVP favorite. But sitting at 4-7 right now, and I know last week they were on bye. I mean, it's not looking good for the Bengals' playoff hopes. They still have a pretty tough schedule as well. I'll take them at home. I don't know. I still feel like the Bengals are better than the Steelers. I mean, the records just completely disagree with that statement. But, like, I don't know. I'll take the Bengals at home. I feel like they're just in must-win mode. I feel like they can get it done. I mean, the Steelers are going to have to lose some games at least. So I think the Bengals get this one at home. I don't know. This one is very tough. The AFC North games are always tough to pick. The Cardinals versus the Vikings. Both these teams, the Cardinals are leading their division at this point. That is subject to change because a lot of those NFC West teams play pretty big games last week, like I mentioned in my video last week. With the Vikings at home, I'll take them. I think the Vikings are the better team defensively. They've looked rock solid. The offense has been a little bit shaky recently. But I think they'll be fine here at home against the Cardinals. I don't know. The Cardinals don't really impress me all that much. I mean, they have a winning record. They're 6-4, which props to them. Like I said, they're leading their division right now. But I will take the Vikings here to win this one. I trust them a little bit more. I mean, who's going to stop Justin Jefferson on this team, on this Cardinals team? The answer is nobody. So I'll take the Vikings here. The Colts versus Patriots. I mean, this one could go either way. The Patriots get it at home, which definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. Drake May has looked pretty solid. I'll take the Colts. I mean, they're not necessarily a bad team. They're not, anything exciting with Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco. I think playing Anthony Richardson is probably the right move. Maybe Joe Flacco gives you a better chance to win, but you kind of need to play your franchise quarterback. So I mean, two young QBs taking it, going head to head. Could go either way. Like I said, it is in Gillette. I will take the Colts though. I think overall they have the better roster. I mean, there's Josh Downs has looked really good this year. Adonai Mitchell's been kind of rising. Jonathan Taylor's still there. They got some guys there on the D line as well that I think could have a good game against the Patriots. So I will take the Colts in this one. Seahawks versus Jets. I don't know. The Jets, I'm kind of done with them. I mean, like I've been picking them a whole lot to win. They're 3-8 right now. It's just they just fired their GM. I mean, it's just a train wreck against for the Jets right now. I think preseason I had them finishing like 10-7. What an absolute miss that was. I'm kind of done with the Jets. I'll take the Seahawks. This is gonna be the game the Jets win now, but I'm fed up with them. I'll take the Seahawks here. I like what they're doing with the offense. JSN's really ascending. Kenneth Walker's having a great season. The Titans versus Commanders, pretty simple. Give me Washington at home. I mean, they look like the better team. Offensively, they're one of the better teams in the league with Jaden Daniels. I mean, he's just a big play waiting to happen. And then with the Titans, they're turning it over way too much for me to pick them to win pretty much any game. Maybe if they were playing the Panthers or the Patriots or the Giants, I'd take them. I mean, the defense isn't horrible, but I don't know. I'm not going to overthink this one. Give me Washington at home here pretty easily, in my opinion. The Texans versus Jaguars, again, not going to overthink this one. I don't believe Trevor Lawrence will be back in time for this game. Even if he is, I'll take C.J. Stroud and the rolling Texans team. They just got Nico Collins back recently. He's looked solid. Joe Mixon, um, I was kind of doubtful with that move. I don't know. I felt like they weren't going to use him. He's just been an absolute what a crazy pickup he has been for the Texans. He's been one of the best running backs in the league statistically. I know he's missed a couple games, but when he plays, man, he is just ridiculous what he's doing at his age. I'll take the Texans here. Again, not gonna overthink this one at all. It's a in division matchup. I don't think it matters. Give me Houston. The Rams versus Saints. I will. I don't know. This one's kind of weird. I mean, the Saints are just beat up. I'll take the Rams. I feel like the Rams are needing wins to kind of get themselves back in the playoff discussion. Um, I think this is a game they should be able to win. It is on the road. The Saints are always like a weird, tricky team to play. But with like I said, the offense is just incredibly beat up. I think the Rams offense is peaking at the right time. I think they go into New Orleans and get a win. Um, yeah, give me the Rams here. The Buccaneers versus Panthers. The Buccaneers, started off kind of hot. They've kind of cooled off, but against the Panthers, I mean, I'll take the Buccaneers. I believe Mike Evans should be back at this point. Um, with or without him, honestly, give me Baker. What he's been able to do. He's been people are talking about him for a while. I feel like since they've been losing recently, people have kind of stopped talking about him. But he's still, I mean, had a great season so far, at least up to this point. With the Panthers, Bryce Young's won, a game for them. That's something there. Um, but either way, I don't know. I don't think the Panthers are going to win much games the rest of the year. I think the Bucks still have an outside chance to get into a wild card spot, maybe. I mean, they're not too far behind the Falcons either. I don't know. The Bucks, I think, are the better team here, though. The Eagles Ravens, huge, huge game here. This is one of those games where I wish I knew like the full story. If there's any injuries, if there's any, how they played the previous week. Um, One of the top teams in the NFC taking on one of the top teams in the AFC. I don't know. This one could go either way. This is another one I'd like to see the spread on. I mean, with this one, it's two top tier offenses. Like I've been saying, the Eagles' defense has actually impressed me. They've looked a lot better than I thought they'd be. The Ravens' defense has been the complete opposite. They've looked a lot worse than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be top 10, top 5 ish defense in the league, and that has been just not the case at all. In this one, I feel like it'd be a pretty high scoring game. Two, QBs with high rushing upside. In a high scoring game, I'll actually take the Ravens. I don't know. I don't feel great about this, but I've been saying this. I feel like the Eagles are a little bit worse than the record says. I feel like the Ravens may be a little bit better than the record says. I don't know. These are two elite teams, pretty evenly matched. I'll side with the home team here, though, ever so slightly. But again, this one could go either way. When looking at our next game, another just banger of a game here. I believe this is the Sunday night game. Um, the Bills coming off their bye. Um, I mean, they just took down the Chiefs. This one is just stumping me right here. I mean, the Niners are gonna need a win. I'm assuming. I mean, they played the Packers last week. I don't know what happened there, but if they lost, they're really going to be needing a win. I'll take the Niners just because of that fact. I don't know. I feel like the Bills maybe do. I mean, the Niners just have so much talent. I mean, it's hard to think that they're sitting at 5-5 right now. They were very well going into this game. Could be sitting at 5-6. Do I think the Niners are 5-7 team? I mean, the way they've been playing, I don't even know what's going wrong with them. I mean, they just have a brutal schedule. They've been injured a lot this year. I'll take the Niners on the road. I don't feel great about it though. I mean, the Bills are definitely going to be favored here. Maybe CMC gets loose. He's continuing to get healthier and more involved. Kittle has had a great season. I don't know. I'll take the Niners. I don't feel great about it here though. And then to finish off the week, It's a Monday game, Browns versus Broncos. I mean, we could have had the Eagles-Ravens game here. I mean, I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a great primetime game. I'll take the Broncos, I guess. Their defense has been really good. Bo Nix, people are talking about he may have taken the Rookie of the Year from Jane Daniels at this point. He's been playing that. I mean, he's been playing really good. I don't think people. He's been playing so good. And the defense as well for the Broncos. I mean, people aren't talking about the Broncos. The Broncos are playing like a playoff team right now. Cortland Sutton's doing his thing. Javonte Williams. Like I've been saying, Bo Nix, and their defense is really slept on. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. So good for the Broncos for just kind of surprising everyone. I mean, I predict them to have like 4 wins this year. I think there's a good chance they go into this game 7-5 and leave this game 8-5. So the Broncos are looking like almost, they're in a very good spot to make the playoffs. So good for Denver. I mean, nobody expected this. It's also going to be the altitude, prime time. The Browns just don't look appealing at all. I'll take Denver here. I'll trust Bo Nix. He's the hot, he's the name everyone is talking about right now. And honestly, I mean, everyone. I don't want to say everyone, but a lot of people are talking about it. I feel like not nearly enough. The Broncos have been one of the big surprise teams. Them and the Commanders with the two rookie QBs. Interesting. Unfortunate the Bears couldn't do that for me, but it is what it is. I mean, it's the life of the Bears. Being a Bears fan. Not to make this about the Bears. I think the Broncos win, though, Monday night. But that is going to do it for the Week 13 NFL game predictions. I apologize for it being a little bit different. We didn't have any of the other guys' picks. We didn't have the standings. But, there's just no way for me to know with this, being recorded a week before I'm releasing it. I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless, though. If you did, make sure you get on there, subscribe, like this video, comment down below what you agree, what you disagree about my picks. Keep in mind, I don't know if there's any injuries. Because, like I said, recording this Wednesday, November 20th, and it's going to be released the 27th. So, I wanted to get it out though. But that is going to do it. College basketball every Monday, college football every Tuesday, NFL every Wednesday, typically NBA Thursdays, but not this week. Make sure you check out the 2 videos we posted. They're a little bit different than normal, but again, pre-recorded as well. So, make sure you check those out, though. They're popping up on the screen right now. Links in the description, as always, X, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. Make sure you follow those, join those. But with all that being said, that is going to do it. I will see you guys next time. Back to the normal schedule, 4 videos a week. Yeah, thank you for watching.